Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming to you guys with a pro Dota commentary. This commentary is affiliated with DC, and for more Dota commentaries and content, check us out on Dota commentaries. That's a kind of a, I mean that's a very logical statement, right? Anyways, this is gonna be Gosu Rokat Gosu Cup semifinals or finals. I'm not too sure, but it's a very highly. It's one of the higher matches at the end of the tournament, so this match should be good. We have DTS on Sentinel versus Navi on Scourge. This is game number 1. Not too sure what I will be doing game number 2. We'll see. DTS on Sentinel, but you notice that their tags are a little bit off because DTS has dropped them as a sponsor. I don't know why you would drop DTS. I know they're not the hottest team in Europe right now, but they're still a very good team. So financial I don't know, but they dropped him. So. I will pause the game at the 45-second elapsed time, so everyone that's listening live, please get there. Let me look at the tags real fast for DTS, right? We have Dread on blue, Light of Heaven on teal, 07 is probably G because he's playing Shadow Fiend. Arzart, I blanked on him for a bit, on Lich, and then probably NS on Crystal Maiden, so standard. Meanwhile, Scourge, art style playing the Windrunner, 818 on the Bat Rider, 333 on the Shaker, 397 on Witch Doctor, and Dendi on the Invoker. So of the heroes that are picked up so far, I feel like the Scourge have the better heroes. They do have the higher tier heroes, if you get what I'm saying. The Invoker, the Bat Rider, and the Windrunner. The only really high tier hero on Sentinel is that Lich. And Lich is a really good hero, and the Chinese are actually first picking it. It might blow your mind, but the Chinese are first picking it. I'll explain why they're first picking it as this commentary progresses on. I hope you guys have got to the 45-second mark because I will be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay. And just to let you guys know, a little disclaimer: I'm doing this game. I have already seen the first 3 minutes of it. I missed first blood, as you guys would normally guess. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it over again. So. Because I can. I'm a baller like that. So I know first blood is going to happen somewhere. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil you guys, right? Anyways, I was actually talking about this Shadow Fiend. If you look at the Shadow Fiend, very interesting starting item. A lot of regen. I'm not too sure why he got that regen I was talking about earlier. If you're going against a Bat Rider, you're better off with a Magic Stick. If you're suspecting an Invoker mid, which there is an Invoker mid, I don't think regen is going to help you out that much. Like, sure, you do want to regen because the Invoker is going to harass you a lot. But I feel like having a little bit extra plus damage would help out in terms of getting to your bottle quicker. And then that's a more stable form of regen where you could depend off rune. Because the Invoker is not really a rune hero. And if Shadow Fiend hits 5 with his bottle, then he could really grasp the lane back with Shadow Raises, push the creeps, heal up with runes, and then grab more runes, and then Shadow Raise more. It's like a continuous cycle. So I'm not too sure. Like, if I was in G's place, if I was in God's place, I would just go less on the regen, get a little bit more plus damage. But I play Shadow Fiend in pubs. I get 4 staff. He plays Shadow Fiend in Gosu Cup semifinal matches. So go with his opinion. I'm just not fully 100% understanding it. And the little action we missed with the Lich, you see that he has to use a little bit of his mana. That means he has Dark Ritual, one of the creeps. If you look at top lanes here, he actually Dark Ritualed a range creep. And this is why Chinese love Lich pick. They actually pick Lich first in China. And this is, at first it was a little mind-boggling. I know Lich is a very good hero, but is it really worth the first pick, right? Even before things like AA. Like, AA is a really devastating hero, especially when he hits 6. But the Chinese, as we all know, Chinese places a lot of focus on laning. I mean, they feel like if they win the laning stage, then they have like a 70% chance of winning the actual game. As we see a lot of Napalm being stick up 3 charge on the Venomancer. Venomancer needs to back off. Venomancer also has the exact same starting build, so I'm not too sure what that's about either. 1 charge down on the Venomancer. So anyways, the Chinese love the Lich so very much because of his laning presence. If you put the Lich in a solo lane, he will just Dark Ritual at level 1. Before the creeps even hit each other, you will deny 2 creeps. So that's pretty legit. You will just slowly but surely win through the EXP war. And of course, once you hit level 2, you can start noveling like crazy. But if you have got a tri-lane Lich, just imagine Dark Ritual, right? 30-second cooldown, in 10 minutes you will have denied 20 creeps. And if you're against a tri-lane, 20 creeps denied, that's a huge deal. Like, especially against a tri-lane where they're splitting the EXP anyways. As we see 2 charge, Bat Rider being very, very aggressive. Let's see if he's going to go in 3 charge, Firefly is pop, Tower aggro's on the Bat Rider, and oh my god, Bat Rider is probably going to go down first, and it looks like both people's not dying down. The Venomancer goes down first, but the tower cleans up. So even though, I mean, of course the Bat Rider got more out of that. He got the first blood, he got the EXP, whereas Venomancer just got the goal. So I don't know what Venomancer's smiley face about, because once these guys hit up in the lane again, Venomancer is going to be in a huge disadvantage now. I'll check out the bot lane now. Lich versus Crystal Maiden versus Lich, Crystal Maiden, and Alchemist in the same lane. I'm not too sure why the Sentinel didn't, or why the Scourge didn't play as aggressive. They probably should have known that the Lich picked up Dark Ritual at 1. If the Lich Dark Ritual in lane, then they would definitely should have realized that, oh, Lich only had Dark Ritual, no nuke. Should have definitely made an aggressive move. So the fact that these guys are still alive probably mean that the aggressive attempt of Scourge was not that successful. Voodoo Restoration being picked up on the Scourge lane. Both these lanes are pretty defensive, because you know the Crystal Maiden and the Lich, sure they could nuke pretty hard, they could slow pretty hard, but they can't. I mean, unless the enemy is horribly out of position, you can't really kill that easily. Very defensive hero in my opinion. Of course, it's really hard to kill with a melee, like a melee farmer in your lane, played by Light of Heaven. But being on the Scourge team, they're pretty defensive as well, as they go a very offensive move on the Alchemist, because you know Cask, really good defensive spell, Fisher, really long range defensive spell. It looks like both of these teams are content to farm. Meanwhile, Venomancer looks like he has roam mid level 3, probably because he feels like the Shadow Fiend is leading help, and it looks like the Venomancer is gonna come in. There is gonna be Gale. Don't miss your Gale. There you go. Gale hits, and a couple raises is gonna finish up. Dread picks up the 2nd kill for his team. Really well done. Really good choice of roam. You can see that he actually roamed all the way up this path instead of running down the river, because you know going behind the plateau is very easy to get that mid gank, and also there might be a ward in the river spot. So really well done. Looks like he's gonna wait for the 4-minute rune. Gonna find an invis, so he might stick around in the mid lane as well. No, he's gonna just journey back to the top. So really good decision making by Dread. Last time I saw Dread, he was playing Lina against MYM, and his Lina was just absolutely brilliant. So Dread is one of those old school roamer slash semi carry slash support players. It looks like this Shaker needs to be careful. Crystal Maiden is going to come around. Let's see if he can get a good block. Not good enough, as we see Dread picks up a mid kill. Once again, that's a killing spree on Dread. And it looks like Dread is, I mean, Venomancer generally, you see them, at least the way the Chinese play it, they usually stick in the lane and try to get EXP, try to farm. It looks like he's going to better off just go kill in the lane, kill the other lane. And it looks like this is what I mean by the Shaker being a very good defensive hero. But disregard of that, they're going to still go on the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor goes down to a continuous barrage of stuns and nukes from the Sentinel tri-lane. So Sentinel playing extremely well, 4-1 against Navi, I have to put out. Navi generally is the team that's doing the tower diving and doing the raid bitch. But right now, looks like DTS or Garaj is they're playing well. They're playing well. Well, Dread is playing well. I'm not too sure about the rest of the team. As I'm pretty sure God is having a lot of trouble in the mid lane. Actually, he's at 21-10, actually leading the CS against the Invoker, probably due to the 2 ganks from the Venomancer. So that definitely did help out. And interesting, I want to point out is that Invoker has gone for the Alacrity build, Exhort Alacrity. I say interesting because nowadays we have been really accustomed of seeing more Wex and Quas play, more AoE heavy play, more MS heavy play, whereas it looks like Dendi is going to go for more DPS heavy, of course relying on the Alacrity, relying on the Meteor. And that means you're going to have a very weak Tornado, very weak Cold Snap. So he's not going to be very good in terms of ganking. Yes, he's still going to have his Meteor, he still has going to Sunstrike, so that can, I mean, in theory, that is the most DPS damaging build. But you know, that's assuming they don't move around and don't dodge his shit. So it looks like they're gonna make it go on the Lich. Lich is gonna take a cast and the Fisher as well. Sunstrike hits. No, Sunstrike misses, but a good block is gonna seal the deal. Art Style picks up the kill. And actually, another very interesting to point out is that Art Style is playing the Windrunner. Not saying that he can't play winner, but it's just not his style. Like art style, he goes earn. Is he gonna go earn on Windrunner? Probably not. And also not very similar to art style's plays that he doesn't usually farm. He plays a carry hero, but he doesn't farm with it. When he plays things like Night Stalker, when he plays things like DK, Alchemist, he don't farm with creeps. He farm by killing you. And it looks like he's farming with creeps this time. As we see a Smoke of the Sea gank going in the mid lane. Shadow Fiend knows kind of what's up. No, he's just lucky. He's grabbing the DD rune at the top lane. And that's just what I mean. Once Shadow Fiend hits a level 5, level 7, he is just going to abuse the raise, push a creep way back, and then go grab runes. And it looks like he's going to find a Shaker. Well, Shaker's dust dispels and he's gonna walk uphill, so maybe he didn't see. As you see a gank attempt going on the Witch Doctor. No, they're gonna go on the Windrunner. Windrunner gets a freeze bite, and that's probably gonna be it. One more nuke or two. Oh, Shackle Shot, not enough. As we see, nice NS picks up the kill there. We're on the mid lane here. Sunstrike barely caught the tail end of that gank. Really good Fisher from the Shaker, and a really well played by Dendi. Dendi is actually, believe it or not, behind. I mean, no disrespect to God, but I believe Dendi is the better solo mid player, and really Invoker is the better solo mid hero. So I'm really surprised to see that he's this far down. Of course, Dread is playing absolutely brilliantly in terms of helping him out in the ganks, but I don't think he should be that behind. As we see another ganking attempt on the bot lane. Man, this game is just really crazy in terms of having a lot of kills. Lich is gonna go down off to another good block. Sunstrike goes in as well, not really needed. 3-3-3 is having some expert blocking with this Shaker. And this game is kind of here and there. It's 5-4. Looks like the Scourge team has caught a little bit, and I do expect the Scourge team to catch up because they're predominantly very mid game. Once the Spat Rider picks up the Blink Dagger, once the Invoker picks up a couple of good level, and once that Mecha is finished on the Windrunner, we will probably see the Navi team be even more aggressive than they usually are, because that's their prime time. When they're strongest. Well, on Sentinel, I feel like they're pretty okay as an early game team, but I think they're gonna try to draw this out to the late game because I mean, why else would you pick an Alchemist, right? If you want an early game strat, you don't pick Alchemist. So that's the Shadow Fiend. It's pretty good late game hero as well. Not because he has really good late game stats, or not really because he has really good late game spells. As we see, looks like a dive going on the Venomancer. Venomancer does have treads. Meanwhile, only boots of speed on the Bat Rider. Blink Dagger is finished on the Bat Rider though. Meanwhile, taking coverage at his ward. A plethora of wards here, and we'll see. These wards is gonna hurt. As we see, they got Firefly gonna go on the Venomancer. There is an ultimate. There is a drag though. Flaming Lasso TP from the Witch Doctor is gonna make it look easy. As we see, 818 picks up a kill. And this is what I mean about that Firefly on the Bat Rider. Once he picks up the Blink Dagger, and he did, we're going to see the Navi team be a very, very aggressive. And a good TP by Witch Doctor coming in at the right place at the right time. And that might seem like a coincidence. Is Bat Rider? Yes, Bat Rider TPing in the bot lane. And he needs to wand up, though. He needs to wand up. Flaming Lasso is still on cooldown. 1 minute left on the cooldown. So they're going to really rely on a Shackle Shot and a Fisher. But this is a very aggressive move. But he is spot out by a ward. So the Sentinel team does know what's up. Let's see how they're going to react. There is a teleportation coming, grit reaction from the Sentinel team, and looks like they're gonna scout out. Oh, I'm not too sure whether I would have put down that plague work, so that because that just gave away the fact that they knew the Bat Rider was there. They would have had well. Maybe he wanted to throw down the ward to cancel the Blink Dagger. Maybe that's a possibility as well. They're going to make an attempt on the Shaker, and Shaker is going to go down. 4 heroes. No, good Shackle Shot, but that Frostbite is going to take him down, or the Acid is going to take him. Oh, one almost saved him, but the Bat Rider, the Shaker did go down, so really well played. And meanwhile here, Yellow went down. Who's Yellow? Lich went down to the Bat Rider, flanking from the side, so trading 1 for 1. I guess that's a little bit benefit to the Scourge, because Scourge only had 3 heroes in this lane. Both team exhausted, 1 teleport scroll. Let me check out mid lanes. As you know, this time Shadow Fiend's coming. They're going to go on the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's going to take 1 raise, 2 raise. Very easy raises picked up by God, and he is going to get himself a kill. So really good map movement from both teams here. Both teams kind of on top of their game. Good teleportations coming in. Of course, if you're wondering why Witch Doctor didn't TP, is that because his doesn't have a TP. Shame on you. And even if he had a TP, probably would have been on cooldown because he just TP top. Looks like with that kill on the Bat Rider, going to make a temp on this level 1 tier 1 tower. I'm not too sure where they could do it. All these guys are very low HP. All the women have to do is spam a Shackle Shot of 2, or not Shackle Shot, a Power Shot or 2, and then they could kind of just easily repel this push. Let's see if they're going to do just that. The Shaker needs to drop his spell. There you go. And then we have a Power Shot. No, okay. Shadow Fiend's going to be raising these creeps and going for extending the push. They're sending a Lich to mid lane to grab him a couple of points of EXP. I like this choice because as a support Lich, you need to hit your level 6. You need to hit your level 11 because Lich is still a very strong DPS hero. Let's see if this tower is going to go down. It is going to go down, but let's see who's going to get the deny though. Tower is going to get picked up by the Scourge team. They are going to get an Alchemist kill, so that is pretty good. That Flaming Lasso might have been a little bit of waste as we see Batrider very, very low. He is going to be okay, almost dying. You want to top lane here. Venomancer TPing in, killing the Witch Doctor, probably because the Witch Doctor is just slow, didn't catch it on the screen as I was watching bot lane. So throughout that last like 30-second of exchange, I believe Scourge has caught up a little bit. This game is still very close, as you can tell by the score, 8-7. But critically, Invoker has been free farming non-stop at the mid lane despite dying 2 times. He is sitting at 51 creep kills, pretty healthy for Invoker, not the best, but you know. Granted that he has gone 0 and 2. Ooh, what an interesting item. I think he's going to go Vanguard first. Are you serious? Are you serious, Dan? You're going to go Vanguard first on the best hero in the game? I mean, nothing wrong with Vanguard first, but like there's just a lot of better choices. Okay, like if you get Vanguard first on Batrider, another range hero, I understand because you're gonna be running through enemy creeps and you're gonna be tanking like crazy. Oh, Chain Frost is gonna be bouncing on creep. Oh, what a unlucky bounce, but no, quick invoke on that Ghost Wall. Probably had it all ready at the whole all along. So quick creep for actually wasting that Chain Frost. I mean, wasting that Chain Frost is kind of no big deal because cooldown, like 2-minute cooldown, not that long. So, but quick move or really a perceptive play from Dendi there. But I'll continue the Vanguard bash on the Invoker after he picks it up. But yeah, I won't bash on it before he picks it up. If I do a lot of Vanguard bashing right now, and then he doesn't pick it up, I would look like an idiot. So I'll just wait a bit. Let's see how much gold he has. He has 1,000 gold. So let's see if he's gonna pick it up right now. Scourge towers losing 1, Sentinel tower still all intact, but looks like Venomancer is continue to work away on this top tower right now. So many Venom wards, and looks like this Batrider is gonna have his work cut out for him instead of defending this. We'll see though. This game is pretty tame. Both teams, I mean, even though it's 8-7, it doesn't feel like an 8-7 game. You guys know what I'm saying? It's like both teams just kind of roaming left and right. Sentry Ward battle, dropping a Sentry Ward to counter Sentry Ward, and this makes a smiley face as the Sentry Ward gets countered. This comes around. He is level 6. Chain Frost is cooldown. And this Alchemist farm is all but stopped now. I mean, he's not really flash farming like crazy with his Acid Spray. He probably has Acid Spray leveled up at 7, but with this Windrunner in his lane, he's okay. I suppose he's okay. Teams moving left and right. Haste Rune being picked up by the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is going to go BKB first. I will do a creep check as this Shadow Fiend go to the top lane. Let's see, Shadow Fiend with 67 creep kills. Invoker with 55. Batrider actually having 72 creep kills. So Batrider farming very well. And looks like Venomancer might be playing a little bit of bait as we see Shadow Fiend could just haste in. One thing he needs to be careful is that he can get Flaming Lasso and drag into the tower range, because right now Shadow Fiend only has 1,000 HP. Looks like Witch Doctor is going to come around, give a salve to the Batrider, and looks like let's see if he can defend this. Batrider is going to initiate, but no, Shadow Fiend at the right place at the right time. It pops the haste rune, and he is going to kill that Batrider. Batrider goes down to the physical DPS. Tower goes down to Garaj while Witch Doctor comes in and feed. No, maybe he can't. Oh, what? That cast. Michael, why did he change target? Oh no, Witch Doctor. That ulti was aimed at the Shadow Fiend for the first like 5 seconds, and then he switched target to the Venomancer. Maybe because he saw the Sunstrike, and yeah, but I'm not too sure with that. If I think if he focused the Death Ward completely on the Shadow Fiend might have gone down, and instead a double kill and a tower kill being picked up. Meanwhile, Windrunner at the bot lane dying. So yeah, not too sure that was about. So Navi not playing the best game I have seen them to play. Don't get me wrong, still a very good team, but it's just I feel like it's a little bit sloppy, if you know what I'm saying. Not making all the correct moves, but we'll see. This is gonna be a long game. And yes, okay, the Vanguard bash. Here we go. If you're a Batrider, if you're going to be diving like crazy, I don't mind the Vanguard. Very good hero. You need a damage block. You need the HP regen on a Batrider, and more HP is never a bad thing. However, on Invoker, right, why do you need a Vanguard? Consider Invoker, you're going to mostly play Stay Away, especially when you have good initiator, such as the Shackle Shot, or such as the Blink Dagger initiation from the Bat Rider. You're mostly going to play Stay Away, you're going to walk in, drop a Meteor, you're going to walk in, drop a Deafening Blast. So mostly, you're going to stay in the back. So the first part, why do you need damage block? You don't. Why do you need HP regen? You don't. You have Quas regen. I know you're not going for a very Quas heavy build. You're going for a very Exort, very Wex heavy build. So still, you don't need that much regen. And like it just boggles my mind, right? That's why I don't like it. And of course, Vitality Booster, always good, always good. I always advise picking up more and more HP. However, there's multiple forms of picking up HP, as we see a dive going on this Lich. Lich does have his Train Frost, but is he gonna? No, he's not even gonna chance to use it. So Lich goes down, and it looks like the Scourge team is going to make a very offensive move on that Scourge Tower. Back to the Invoker bashing. And it looks like he's going to go for BKB next. Unless he's going to go some, like, Sage. I don't think he's going to go. So, yeah, he's going to go Vanguard BKB. Like, holy crap. You're not... Like, this is like a Slaughter build or something. But, alright, Vanguard BKB. I'm going to bash on it first, and then talk about all the possibility of why I believe is good. As we see this Venom Master duking out with the Invoker, he needs to be careful of Sunstrike. Sunstrike is probably max right now. Yeah, he is invoking Sunstrike. As we see, yeah, he picks up the tower, but no, he's not going to go for a kill. He's actually at pretty low HP. Now, yeah, the benefit of actually picking up a Vanguard first is he could have done what he just have done. As we see a lot of, oh my god, OT, he might have lived. Yeah, he's going to just TP out. Venom Master can't do anything about it. Yeah, he's going to hit. Yeah, okay, look at the bot lane. Yeah, so the Vanguard first, good in that essence where he could just tower dive, or not tower dive, tank the tower, and then just DPS it down. But, like, I mean, if you're just using Vanguard for that. So I think a couple of reasons why he's getting the Vanguard. He see the Venom Master on the other team, very high DPS hero, and not a burst DPS, but you know, residual DPS for a long time. The Acid Spray really, like, if you stand under for a long time, really high DPS while Chain Frost, high DPS damage, and a couple of good stuns on the Sentinel. So more HP never hurts. But going back to my Vanguard bashing, he is A, gonna stay at the back, B, doesn't need the regen, and third, if you want to get HP, there's many other HP items. Hell, if you want to get HP, get a point booster. That's good enough. You could be a step closer to your Aga Stick. As we see, Windrunner is going to go in. They're going to try to focus on the Alchemist. I don't think this is the correct target. As we've seen Venom Master TP's in, he does not have his ultimate. You got to keep in mind, as we see, this Witch Doctor might be a little bit out of position. He is popping against Voodoo Restriction, but he's getting pincer from left and right, and he is going to go down. He drops his ulti. It's going to scare... No, Chain Frost is going to bounce. That Witch Doctor is going to go down. Meanwhile, God here doing his work. Already BKB finished, and I suppose if you're going to dive like this, yeah, Vanguard should help out. There's that Deafening Blast with those spirits. You can see that Vanguard one more time has saved his life. So all your fanboys out there is like, oh, Vanguard good Invoker. Well, if you know, you get better positioning, then you don't need a Vanguard. Like, really, I always prefer a 4-staff in this case Invoker, but continue on the Vanguard bashing. If you want HP and just raw HP, you only get point booster, or just get the Vitality booster. That's enough HP to survive. So it's really baffling my mind. A very interesting analysis I'm gonna bring you about is that if you just want raw HP, let's say like you don't care about the regen, let's say you don't care about anything else, you just want the raw HP, get a Sage. Sage actually gets you more HP than a Vanguard. I'm not sure if you knew that or not. Also, Sage gives you, like, I mean, if you get enough of them, they walk backwards, right? That's always a possibility in a very late game scenario. So, of course, but if you need the regen, then it's kind of a different story. I really actually like things like a combination of, instead of Vanguard Hood on most hero, I actually like a combination of Sage Hood, especially. I mean, that sounds like ridiculous, right? But just think with me for a bit. Consider if you're a hero like a Bat Rider or a Razor, right? You need a Hood because you're going to be diving like crazy. Hood is going to be good for you because you're going to be getting a lot of HP anyways, and magical resistance works well when you have more and more HP. So, you know, and of course you have a lot of regen from the Hood already, and I feel like the Vanguard regen is going to be a little bit superfluous. However, on the other hand, if you get the Sage, you're going to get a little bit more extra HP. You're foregoing the damage block from the Style Shield, but since you're a range hero anyways, the range Style Shield is not going to be, you know, range block not that good. But you are getting Maim in return, so, I mean, of course, Maim, one of the most unreliable orb, but if it happens, it's not bad. So, I'm not saying it's a completely better, but I actually would want you guys to try it out and tell me how it works. Sage Hood, like I mean, I tried it out in my games and it worked fine for me, but then I play pretty low level games myself, so we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about that. This is not like BS theory crafting. This is actually like legit. Played it out, tried it many times, and it works. So I'll let you guys, tell me. And I think Sage is often, and Sage in SMY in general is often very underrated item. I believe is a pretty good item. Probably because it's always built in pubs and has a bad rep, but if you're going for a mid-game timing push, definitely a very good item. Gives you a lot of HP. A Vanguard Wharf, a little bit more than a Vanguard actually. Give you a lot of attack, a lot of DPS as well. So looks like Scourge this is exactly what I said earlier. Scourge as the mid-game come, they're gonna play a lot more aggressive because they have the Blink Dagger. They have a couple levels on the Invoker, level 13 and 21 minute. That's a pretty good level. Art style does have his mecha finish, and that's mid-game superiority lineup is just gonna push. Sentinel is not gonna be having a good time. They do have a Smoke Venomancer. Not sure what that's gonna help. They're just gonna drop his ult probably. But let's see who's gonna get this tower though. If all the 5 hero coming in from Scourge, Bat Rider gets his Blink Dagger canceled. Good Shackle shot. Lich gets shackled together. They're gonna focus now on the tower. One more hit. Then he gets the tower, but the Chain Frost is dropped. They are gonna kill the Windrunner most likely. No, Mecha's pop. And let's see what this Invoker can do. Invoker's gonna focus on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend. Oh, good Shackle shot there. I'm going to focus on the Venomancer. Venomancer quite tank as well. He does has a Vanguard and a Vitality booster. Cast is going to be bouncing like crazy. Venomancer is going to... Not Venomancer. Alchemist comes in behind. And that Vanguard didn't really help him there in terms of surviving that raise. And I'm not saying Sage would, but, Anyways, Bat Rider was not able to initiate due to the good placement of that Acid Spray. And you said Acid Spray, I mean, we kind of forgot how good Alchemist was because Alchemist is not getting played lately. But Alchemist is still a very, very good hero. One of the reasons I believe that Alchemist is not picked nowadays is because AA is in the pool, because Weaver is in the pool, and because Medallions is easily purchasable. Of course, the Swarm really F's up Alchemist. Like, if you get bugs on you, like, what do? If you don't attack the bugs, and you shouldn't attack the bug, but if you don't attack the bug, your armor's gonna just drop so fast that I mean, Alchemist is, if you look at him right now, right, he's just all HP and no armor, so he's forced to get items such as AC, and that's really good on him because he really needs the armor. But if you just drop a swarm on him, then he's basically human again. He's not Superman, right? And that's why he's really good. As we see Bat Rider playing very aggressively, he's gonna try to kill the Lich. Not even gonna drag a Sunstrike's gonna be on the way, but he's gonna trade his life for Lich. Not too sure whether that was the best choice, and keep in mind that he was ganking blind. None of these wards are actually in the enemy jungle, so he just blinked in for that kill. And he traded his life. Shadow Fiend actually, or Alchemist actually got the kill there. So not too sure what that was the best move of all time. But going back to the why Alchemist is not picked so often, as we see Light of Heaven doing good move, realizing the clock is going to be spawning soon, try to get a pull going on, but unfortunately failed pull. So yeah, Alchemist not picked lately because Swarm really F's up Alchemist. AA really F's up Alchemist. Imagine a big team fight scenario where you're really farm, you got Radiance, you got your AC, you're right clicking someone, doing it really happily. AA drops his cold feet on you. What do? Do you keep on right clicking and get stunned 2 seconds later, or do you run away? Like it's always a lose-lose situation. So again, Medallion Courage. Similar to the Swarm explanation, like it's very cheap. You can always buy it. You drop it on a hero who naturally has a lot of HP but not much armor to work with. You could really make a lot of mid-game kill attempts on that Alchemist. Of course, Alchemist being melee doesn't really help out either. So that's why he's not really picked lately, but he's still a very good hero. Don't get me wrong. And one of his most underrated aspect as Alchemist is that you could cancel Blink Dagger like that. I would bet you money on that if that Acid Spray was not well placed and with the Bat Rider was able to blink in, then that team fight might have turned out very, very differently. I believe Sentinel definitely won that team fight. I see actually Windrunner being a lot more aggressive than she should. She does have the Mega Pops of Windrunner. It's going to eat the ulti. She needs to get out. Now Blink Dagger coming in, and we're going to have another Sunstrike. There we go, but not doing enough DPS. They are going to kill him regardless. What that for is Crystal Maiden tries to TP out, but she is going to... Oh, no, Crystal Maiden. Good reaction, realizing that there's no way she's going to run out. Just gamble on the TP. I didn't even think that she would make it out alive, but good calculation, not enough stuns remaining on the Scourge team, so he TP'd out. Meanwhile, God doing a Pavjo. If you don't know what a Pavjo is, A, you need to watch more Dota commentaries because I made more reference to that than anything else. B, you need to play more Dota in-house with us because he's a pretty cool guy. Plays a lot in-house with us. What a Pavjo is basically ignoring your team and going pushing at one lane and try to take down Rax, try to take down a tower. Very effective move in lower level play such as DHC in house, because like what is a mini map? We don't even know what a mini map is. So we see someone pushing our racks like, oh, oops, didn't know. In pro games, doesn't work as well. But Shadow Fiend's extremely farm, 26 minutes, BKB Manta style, really good. And I really like the fact that he still has 8-second charge on his BKB. A lot of Shadow Fiend players, once they pick up their BKB, they feel like they're top shit. And yes, you are top shit because like you're practically invulnerable. You could walk in BKB ult and you are like the king of the hill. But I think sometimes it's maybe a little bit good to kind of save those charges, because once this game hits 30 minutes, 40 minutes, once the Scourge team becomes even more stronger as their mid game prowess continues on, you really want that magic invulnerability for as long as possible. And I really like this build. I'm not too sure. I mean, it's not a Quaswex build, which I believe is the better Invoker build if you want to just compare it that way. But I really like this adaptation of the Invoker build. He has gone Forge Spirit, which is going to do a really good job against the Alchemist. Again, Alchemist, his biggest weakness is not having enough armor. And things like Medallion of Courage, Invokers, Forge Spirit does so much minus armor. If you just stick those two Forge Spirits on that Alchemist is gonna drop. So I really like this adaptation. Or I won't even call it adaptation. That's probably the first thing he gone for. As we see Windrunner being initiated upon by the Smoke of the Sea. Chain Frost is still probably online. Shaker does a good block, and that is gonna save the life of the Windrunner. Both teams using smoke very liberally. Bat Rider waiting on the wing. He does have the pipe finish. I am going to do an item check in just a bit as we see Dendy picks up another tower for himself. And it's Dendy actually doing the real Pavjo. He's pushing left and right using his Force Spirit to scout. Very good job. Meanwhile, Sentinel 5-hero in the mid lane. Not too sure what they're trying to do. Maybe trying to get a gank on the Windrunner. Windrunner playing very safe right now. And okay, I'm going to do a quick item check to see what we have. A Hood and a Vitality Booster and a Mecha on the Venomancer. Really good farm by Dread. 6-3 and 6 with 67 crit rate. Really well done. We are Alchemist only at Vanguard, but he does have 300 gold in the bank. 81 crit kill. A lot of it, a lot more gold contributed by the Goblin Grease. So really well done as well. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Shadow Fiend 175 creep kill, Manta BKB as said earlier, and still 100, almost 2k in the bank. Scourge taking this chance to doing a Roshan attempt. Only only the Venomancer, only Shadow Fiend and the Crystal Maidens nearby, and I don't think they could do it. No, actually they're a little bit afraid. Scourge is a little bit afraid, and it looks like the Sentinel will get here in time. Crystal Maiden won't have anything. And let's see what Lich has an urn. That's not bad for a support Lich. Meanwhile here, BKB Vanguard, BKB Vanguard on the Invoker. I'll get back to that later. Meanwhile, Mecha and going for a Hex is that Art Styles Windrunner. Blink Dagger Pipe finish on the Bat Rider, and let me see how close this Blink Dagger to the Shaker. 200 gold from the Blink Dagger. He might die in this team fight. So we see Venomancer ulting, that only grabbing 2 heroes, so not the most effective ult. Meanwhile, good block, forcing out that. Oh my god, that meteor just that was a fried Hydralisk. Of course, trading 0 and 1 is never good as Alchemist stuns himself. I believe Scourge could just go for Roche right now. No, they're gonna go for the Alchemist. Not sure whether they can. These Illusion doing quite a bit of damage. They are gonna just go for the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden being complete out of position. Great Ice Wall isolation. He needs to invoke Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk, baby. He pops the BKB. BKB does not reduce physical damage. He barely gets out alive, but Earthshaker goes down, and looks like Bat Rider. One more hit. He is gonna go down as well. God on a double kill picks up with that BKB. And that's where you have BKB, such an effective mid-game item. If you use all those charges down in the early stages of the game, then you might be down to 5 or 4 seconds. He might have not been as effective. BKB and Vanguard on the whatchamacallit, on the Invoker. So Vanguard gives you 250 HP. BKB gives you like how many strength? Let me check. I think it's 10 strength, right? 10 strength. 10 strength translates to 190 HP. In comparison, Aga gives you a lot more, I believe. Probably just about the same. Of course, BKB gives you magical immunity, but Aga also gives you like casting stuff. Like you could cast like crazy, gives you more mana to work with as well. I'm not saying BKB is bad item. In fact, against this game, like there's a many stun. There is Venomancer ult. Actually, I'm not too sure what a BKB blocks Venomancer ult because I believe it's a physical spell. The mech pros out there could let me know. Actually, yeah, there's okay. It blocks the Chain Frost. That's cool. I'm not sure whether it blocks a Venomancer. Oh, it blocks Crystal Maiden stuff, but Crystal Maiden is she's 2-hit, right? It doesn't block anything from Shadow Fiend. I mean, blocks the Fragile. Oh, but right now you gotta be worried about Shadow Fiend's DPS. It doesn't block anything Alchemist gives you. The minus armor is gonna go through. The right click is gonna go through, and yeah. So BKB. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why. It's a good item. I do get it on Invoker from time to time. But in this case, I don't think I would have gotten it. I'm trying my best to see why Dendi would have gotten it from his perspective. But I just don't see any good reason to do so. So he is very tank. Like he's at 1800 HP at level 17. That's really good. But I think an Aga, and if you even want more HP after that, Aga and a Vitality booster is good enough. So I don't know what that's about. And he's gonna go Hex next, which I love. I hope he's going Hex next. I hope he's not going for some like BS like Lincolns or something. Which, judging from his item build so far, it's not completely out of the question. As we see Force Spirit form. I'm gonna take a time to drink a little bit of water. Gonna pull down the menu to let you guys see more creep check and item. Right, Blink Dagger is finished on the Shaker. Shaker wants to get his level 11, so he's going to find a pile of creeps and just like soak up the XP. That is going to help out a little bit against the enemy team. That really depends how the Sentinel crowds up. I don't think, I mean, DTS is definitely the good enough team that they won't crowd up. And judging from the fact that they have heroes that it's quite dependent on the formation, meaning like the Shadow Fiend and the Alchemist is going to take the charge forward. Meanwhile, Lich, Venomancer, well, I think Venomancer, yeah, Venomancer is taking the charge forward. It looks like in the last couple of fights he has, yeah. So it looks like Venomancer is going to take the charge forward as we see a Blink Smoke. Okay. 5-man smoke. The blink might have gave away. I believe you do see a split second of casting animation if you've been looking at the screen. I know if you ward under smoke, they will see you for a split second. I believe that's true. But anyways, looks like this Shadow Fiend might be in trouble. He does have the BKB, but no, Flaming Lasso gonna go on the Alchemist. Alchemist not activating his ult. They need to kill him as quick as possible. He does go down, but these guys so clump. That Chain Frost is gonna bounce like crazy. Here is where BKB is affected, blocking that Chain Frost, and he is at full HP. Actually, Ice Wall hitting absolutely nothing. Blink Dagger from the Shaker is gonna do a lot of havoc, but looks like Shadow Fiend. Oh, Shadow Fiend is gonna go down. Not before he picks. Oh no, Windrunner does live, but he still dies. And looks like they are gonna kill off the Venomancer as well. Invoker doing the damage from the physical DPS side, playing it like a right-click hero. He's going to port back to a farm, and he is going to pick up a triple kill. I believe that was a very good initiation coming in from the Scourge team. Got the Alchemist before he actually used his ultimate, so he's a very frail hero without the whatever that spell is called. His ulti turned on, and that started the team fight 4v5. Shadow Fiend, despite being so rich, was not able to do too much without his secondary DPS from the Alchemist. Very good team fight. Smoke of the Sea paying off very, very well in that case. Really well done by Navi. But I can't say with 100% confidence that Navi is ahead right now. The score very even, 21-20. Very very HP heavy Invoker. But in terms of late game, I see an Alchemist and a Shadow Fiend on Sentinel. And Bad Rider, that's not even late game at all. Invoker, he's trying to be late game. His item build suggests he's trying to get to late game, but it's not being that effective. And then the Windrunner's semi-mid late at best. Like, she's gonna get Hex, but then her versatility is gonna decrease as his, her power shot's only gonna get weaker and weaker. So even though the Scourge team just won that last team fight, I feel like DTS or Garaj in this case still have the lead. And looks like Alchemist is gonna finish Radiant soon. He is at 900 gold, so one more creep wave if he gets the entire creep wave with that with that Goblin Greed on. And once this Alchemist finishes Radiance, it's gonna go complete his pipe. Go Hood. I think he doesn't need a pipe. I think Venomancer has a pipe. No, Venomancer doesn't have a pipe either. Is he gonna go pipe? Doesn't have gold. Okay, so one of these guys is gonna get the pipe. And then with the combination of pipe, Hood, Vanguard, and then a Frost Armor on the Alchemist, no way. There's no way you could take him down. Yeah, you could pop Force Spirit, Mind's Armor, but that's until Alchemist picks up his AC, and then that's really no way. Like, I'm not too sure what the Navi game plan is. I really would pay money to sit in their vent right now and of course have it translated to English, because I probably won't understand whatever language they're speaking. But yeah, like, they picked up a very mid-game superiority team, but because they're behind, they can't really play aggressive anymore. And if you have a mid-game team and you're forced to play defensive against a late-game team, then it's not going to work out. And I have to say, it's probably due to their item choice. Well, when I say they, I mean Dendi. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flame. A lot of people are going to say, well, Luminous, here's 20 reasons why Vanguard Invoker is going to be good. And that's great. I'm going to learn something if you guys say something like that. But right now, at this moment in time, I don't see it. Yes, he actually, I mean, with this BKB, granted, with this BKB Vanguard, he tanked it. He tanked all the Chain Frost. He was he was the first one in the team fight. He was surviving in the team fight. He's a survivor. That's great. But do you pick a Invoker to be a survivor? That's the question. Guinsoo finished on the Invoker, and looks like it's Guinsoo number 2 finished on the Windrunner. So 2 Guinsoos, that's really good. Like, just looking at the items, you will feel like Navi's actually ahead. Like, they do have really good items. 2 Guinsoos, a Blink Dagger on Bat, Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, and a BKB on the Invoker, and a Mecha on the Windrunner. Like, really superb. Of course, don't forget that pipe as well. We're going to see some Smoke Initiation. Yes, Smoke Initiation. Are they going to jump? They see it. Shaker should jump. But no, they're standing right on top of a Sentry Ward. Right here. They see it. So that's cool. Alright. Just back and forth play. Sentinel needs to go back and defend. But Sentinel can't, because if they go back and defend, the Roshan is going to be gone. Let's see how Sentinel's going to deal with it. Are you going to send one person and teleport back and defend? The Scourge team will have the advantage because they're closer to home. They are closer to Roche. They can send out these like little task force of Force Spirit to jump up. They have Blink Daggers, so they have every advantage, as they should, because this is still mid game. But Sentinel just being very patient, not going to TP back, just use the tower to defend it by himself. It looks like the Scourge team is going to push them away from the Roshan pit. They're waiting for initiation. Invis rune on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend can get overconfident. He's going to get shackled, so that actually gives it away that they do have the Sentry rune nearby. I'm not too sure that was the best choice of all. Again, maybe should have baited the Shadow Fiend in and then go for a chain stun kill. But now that the Shadow Fiend does know, and he's gonna back off. Actually, looking at these Force Spirit, probably very high level of Quas on the Invoker. You could tell by the Force Spirit, the higher level of Quas, the farther range they have on the Force Spirit. I think max range is 900, excuse me. So that's 2 more levels of Quas. Very interesting level up Quas. He's going to benefit the Force Spirit in terms of attack range, and also benefiting your Ice Wall, which is a very strong spell, especially against melee carry such as the Alchemist, and also against BKB barriers such as Shadow Fiend. So skill choice, I love Dendi's skill choice. Really good. Picking up the Force Spirit, maxing Quas, really helps out his team as disables. I am still not completely buying his item choice. Granted, he's not dying, so that has something to do with it. He's only 6 and 3. I mean, if he has other items, he might have more deaths. But if he had other items, he might have got more kills. It's always a trade-off. We'll see. Both teams going back and forth, very high amount of positional play. I'm not too sure why these Scourge. The Scourge team is taking a long time, despite them having Blink Daggers, and I was about to say, I'm not too sure why they're taking forever, and that's, I know why, it's because DTS having good position, you can never find them clumped together. They are as far apart, but it's still close enough together to help out, so that's a hallmark of superb positioning play. DTS know exactly what they should be doing it very well. A Garage. Goddamn, DTS Garage. I've been trying really hard to make like a garage, a car in a garage joke, and somehow apply it to Dota. But like okay, do they even have garage in like Russia? I mean, like that sounds like like an ignorant American standpoint, and you're completely right if you call me an ignorant American, because I am. But like, isn't land pretty scarce? Well, actually, land is not scarce at Russia, but isn't like habitable land scarce in Russia? Never mind that. Big ult coming in from the Shadow Fiend is gonna start in team fight. Venomancer ults as well. BKB from the Invoker. He's gonna run around and try to right click something. He drops the Ice Wall. That is gonna help, but he actually ran past his teammate. Invoker's gonna die. He's gonna try to invoke the Ghost Wall, but there's gonna be dust. I'm sure there's gonna be dust. Oh, there we go. Good job on the dust. Invoker is gonna go down. So great initiation. Oh, not great initiation. Bad initiation on the Alchemist. And that time Alchemist has his ulti popped. And then he has Frost Armor on him and everything. He has, Vanguard Planeswalker Cloak. He tanked that up like MP. He actually went out of that. And when the battle ended, he had more HP than the battle started. Or it felt. So, very free Aegis. And they're actually going to give it to the Alchemist. Very interesting. I suppose that's a good choice, a very good tactical choice, because in these past team fights, all the team fights started by initiating upon Light of Heaven. They feel the Scourge. I think the Scourge is also feeling that if they could kill Alchemist before the team, before he uses ult, if you could kill him and force a 4v5 situation, they can win the team fight. They did win the team fight when they had the Smoke of Deceit. So I'm pretty sure DTS also realized that and say, well, if we get the Vegas to the Alchemist, then there's no way we could win, because I mean you can Shadow Fiend is always going to be in a good enough position where he won't get blinked on. It's either going to be the Venomancer or the Alchemist, and both of these here right now is tank enough. I mean, Venomancer 1800 HP. That's how tanky is. We don't usually see such a stack of Venomancer. You got to keep in mind that all their HP is going to be effectively boosted by the Frost Armor. You need to Frost Armor, my man. You need a Frost Armor. And that ward was spotted out. Like, I mean, they won't see the ward, but they should know there, because the tower should have seen a Lich walking by dropping a ward. But anyways, no big deal. Come on. There we go. He's casting his Frost Armor. That's cool. Alright, this is going to get a push going on. The mid-game superiority team is on the back foot of things, and they can't defend this. No way. They are going to give up another tower, so that's 5 towers being picked up. Last time I checked tower, which was like 30 minutes ago, Scourge is actually ahead, but now they don't know what to do. And I don't know what they should be doing, because they like they have the items, but they are just behind in EXP. Let's check out how the level's doing. See, 18 on the Bat, 20 on the Invoker, 16 on the Windrunner, 19 on the Venomancer, 18 on the Alchemist, and 22. So level pretty even, but these guys are just tankier. They are just tankier than the Scourge team, and they could just outlive whatever the Scourge could throw at them. Shadow Fiend does have his Butterfly Finish and a Demon Edge, so going for the MKB next. And oh my god, I don't know what the Scourge team would do. Like, it feels like they're gonna just turtle and wait for a mistake and pray for a mistake. They're gonna try to MYM it, force a mistake on the Sentinel, and then just go win. And let's see how the Sentinel respond. Are they gonna just save for buyback here, or are they gonna just go for the next item? I believe if you're Alchemist with the Aegis on your hand, you should just go for the AC. And he does have quite a bit of gold. He does have 3,000 gold. He's probably gonna save up to like 6,000 before actually buying anything though. Or maybe he's going to get a plate mail. That wouldn't be bad. Plate mail is going to increase his survivability by quite a bit, because he still needs armor. Even with the Frost Armor dropped on him, he still needs armor. As we see, Scourge team trying to initiate. Let's see how they're going to get initiation. Right now, the possibility of initiating on the Alchemist is gone, because he has the Aegis. I mean, you can still initiate on him, but it wouldn't be a very smart thing. And all Sentinel is just going to send their Alchemists out. Like, they know that the Scourge team can initiate on them. And they have the Aegis, so they could just do whatever. Smoke of the Sea pop on the Sentinel end, but I don't think they get anything accomplished either. So there you go. Another reason why Lich is so good and why the Chinese are first picking it is you see that Lich has no farm. Lich has no EXP, but in every single team fight, he has brought out so much DPS with the Chain Frost. If you position yourself, if you position yourself well, that you don't get killed before you dump your Chain Frost, and also if you cast it when you recognize that the enemy team is clumped up. Like it takes quite a bit of positional play to cast. All right, good smoke, bro. Anyways, so yeah, that's why the Chinese love the Lich so much, because even without any farm, he's so effective with that Chain Frost, with that Frost Armor. And not many support heroes are like that. Like AA is kind of like that, if with his ult and with his spell amplification and his stuns and everything. So he's pretty good. But not many other not many other support hero could just rely on their skills alone and help out the team. Like Crystal Maiden, not really. Venge sort of, but Venge is always the exception in case, right? She's like the best support in the game. Force Spirit initiating, that is what they need to do. I want to see some EMP Tornado, but I mean, even if he picks up EMP Tornado right now, it won't be high enough level where it would drain enough mana on these guys. So Scourge team, Sentinel picks up the 6th tower and it's gonna look for a push in. This game, if you're viewing this game and you feel like it's really boring, I kind of agree. But I feel like this game is, I mean, I'm learning a lot from this game more than like a lot of other games, because this game is a really good replay if you want to watch tactical positional play, especially when they are just standing in front of Roshan doing absolutely nothing. It's boring to see on the screen, and I agree with you on that. But in terms of tactical positioning play, it's just really, really brilliant. The Scourge team has the Blink Daggers. They can initiate, but they can't because Sentinel spreads out really, really well. They always send their Alchemist in front. They're like taunting them. Hey, initiate on my Alchemist. Looks like Alchemist is not going to go for the AC. They're going to depend on the Frost Armor. Not a bad choice. You could definitely depend on the Frost Armor because that is +9 Frost Armor at level 4. It's going to go for more HP. So with the Reaver, with the Heart Finish, when he pops his ult, he's going to be close to 4k HP. Yes, you heard me right. 4k HP. And if you look at the Scourge lineup, right, what can they do? What spell can deal 4k in DPS? Like, you know, with armor and calculation, with with magic resistance of the hood and calculation. Like, they need to drop a full meter on him. They need to stick at the Force Spirit on him. They need to drop like a Sunstrike, and they need to drop every single bell on the Alchemist. And I don't think he will still die after that. Because these guys don't have enough DPS, and even if they can't kill the Alchemist, like, you still have to deal with really farm Shadow Fiend. So Scourge right now, the game is as good as lost. I don't think any of you guys would be surprised to hear that, but I think it's just more or less of seeing how the Scourge will lose it. Are they gonna lose it in a tactical fail move, or are they gonna fight it out very brilliantly? And since we're talking about Navi, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fight it out brilliantly, but we'll see. Gonna drink some sugarcane juice. You guys know what sugarcane juice is? I'm pretty sure the Chinese people would. It's sugarcane and extract, the juice. All right, what a fantastic analysis by your very own Luminous. Gonna drink some sugarcane juice. Lich picks up the Ogre Axe. I like this choice. Just getting an HP item. I mean, there's one game, I believe, I forgot whose Clockwork is it. I believe it was either GG.net's Clockwork or maybe Navi's Clockwork. And of course, you know, I'm not too sure which of the two, but, you know, granted, they were ponying like face. They were ponying face so hard. And the Clockwork player picked up a Vanguard, standard. An extra Vitality booster, you know, not bad, because, you know, more HP don't hurt. And then, like, another Vitality booster, and you're like, well, it's starting to get a little overkill, right? And then a point booster, and, like, Strength Shreds. Like, that was the best, that was the best Clockwork build I've ever seen in my life. It was just insane in terms of the amount of HP. Alright, so Alchemist actually losing a lot of HP. You can see that with the Frost Armor on him, he only got 4 armor because he's Force Spirit actually doing their dirty work really, really well. And they are 900 range, I believe. Yes, 900 range. Are they gonna be micro back? Big Echo Slam being dropped. They are going to focus on the Crystal Maiden. Alright. Focus on the Crystal Maiden. Shadow Fiend drops his ult with the BKB on, but he is going to get Flaming Lasso. Right click that Shadow Fiend. Chain Frost bouncing like crazy. Effective Lich despite being a support hero. Bat Rider goes down despite having Pipe and the armor. And despite the Scourge team initiating, that's pretty much it. You can see that Alchemist still healthy after all that initiation. Venomancer with that gem is gonna pick out that Invoker barely lives out with a good what do you call it, tornado. But they're losing their high ground. They're losing that they're losing the both Raxus, and I believe DTS can choose to pick up a second lane if they choose to do so. So all right, let's go Raxus, that's cool. Frost Armor needs to be casted continuously though. Invoker is going to do a Valiant Defend with one more hit on that Rax. And the Plague Ward picks up. It would be funny if like one of the Scourge players just denied it. Definitely has denied my only melee Rax in the past. It's a pretty bad move if you need to deny your own range your melee Rax. But anyway, so cool. In that last team fight, you realize why there is nothing the Scourge could do. Like, apart from the DTS players, apart from the Garaj players, like having a seizure in front of the computer, apart from their like dropping, like all 4 players dropping, there's no way, because they have simply too good of a position. Like, they were pretty spread out. Shaker did his best, caught the Crystal Maiden and the Shadow Fiend at a very nearby vicinity, and it's like, oh my god, I see a possibility. Gonna aim for that. Blink in with the initiation, Bat followed up, Invoker followed up, every spell followed up, was not able to kill the Shadow Fiend. Kill the Crystal Maiden though, I guess, that's pretty good. And then BKB from the Shadow Fiend, and then that was pretty much it. So, and don't, like, even though the DTS team is playing really well in terms of positional play, it's not like a spectacular performance, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not taking any away from DTS. They're playing really, really well, but it's not like a wow performance. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about wow performance, I'm talking about like ZSMJ farming his what is he farming? His farming is the hand off. Does that even make any sense? 720 creep kill in 55 minutes. That's a wow performance. Art style Enchantress. That's a pretty wild performance. It feels like DTS is doing everything right. Like they're not doing anything flashy, but they're doing anything right. So they're playing really good game, but it's not a wow-worthy game. Again, not taking anything away from DTS. Very, very good team. Which makes me why did DTS drop DTS? Like, I know they're not like the best team in Europe or anything like that, but they are beating one of the best teams in Europe right now, and they're making it look kind of easy. Looks like the Alchemist is going to try to initiate on the Windrunner. Windrunner is going to get out of the range. And these 4 Spirit needs to be sticked up on that. Oh, they are going to try to kill the Dazzle. Dazzle doesn't have the Aegis anymore because he just timed out. Maybe he died in the last team fight. Maybe, I don't think so, though. Pretty tanky. So these guys are just going to push. Meanwhile, oh, great Shackle Shot. This is the initiate now. Where's that Shaker? They're going to try to kill the Lich before he drops any. Oh, and he is going to do so. So this might be a comeback team fight. We'll see. Ice Wall gets dropped down. That is going to get both Venomancer and the Shadow Fiend. Great team fight from Navi, but no, Bat Rider is going to go down. Oh, from the Shadow Fiend is going to do a couple AoE damage, but no, Echo Slam is going to continue team fight. Meanwhile, Dendy in the background doing so much right-click damage, and we are going to see a comeback team fight in the, oh my god, and they're going to kill. Oh, they're gonna kill. Oh my god, was I speaking the words too soon? Yeah, they're gonna kill the Alchemist too. That was a team wipe. That was a team wipe. Only Venomancer died too. He bought back. Art style buys back, but I think they're gonna go for the Roshan. Yes, they do have urn, so they can heal up. And these guys are gonna try to come. I don't think they can stop it though. So yeah, never mind me that. I was thinking, oh man, this is gonna be game's gonna be over. There's no freaking way. Although I still feel that Navi is really behind. You can see that because they do have such good initiating power, they can win team fights. And it looks like Venomancer gotta be careful. These guys are very low HP, but they do have the blink daggers. Man, if that Gale didn't hit them, they would have been dead. Bat Rider is gonna come in. They're gonna try to focus out on the Venomancer. Not too sure whether that's the best choice. I see Alchemist. Alchemist is gonna be, oh man, Venomancer gotta be careful. He's at half HP, but Alchemist is gonna back him up. Alchemist can't attack though with that Deathling Blast. He's gonna try to chase a Bat Rider around. Nova comes in from the Lich, and they are gonna kill that. Oh, Bat Rider. Bad Rider trying to run, but no, Bad Rider is going to go down. And meanwhile, Invoker still surviving. Very survival, but man, he has so much HP. 2,700 HP. He is going to go into Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk? Ice Wall. And then Ghost Walk? Ghost Walk, baby. Okay. Alright. And then, is he going to Ghost Walk now? Or is he going to wait for his teammate? Artstyle's here, though. Artstyle, Shackle Shot, gonna focus on the... Okay, dies in 2 seconds. Alchemist needs to be careful because his teammate is, like, neutraling. I don't know what that's about. And I'm not sure if you caught that. He popped the ult at the exact same time, I believe, as the Cyclone popped. He's actually running. Oh, don't stun yourself! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Okay, Chain Frost. Actually, BKB again being very helpful here. I'm forced to eat my words here. Okay, don't fail me now, DTS. Like, really, I put all my money on you guys. Like, no, not at all. But like, I'm putting my pride on you guys. If you guys lose like this, then it'll just make me look bad, and it'll make yourself look bad. Like, making yourself look bad is not important at all, but making me look bad is not cool. So, oh my, these guys gonna die. These guys are gonna die. Shadow Fiend's gonna die. Oh, okay. Right click, lifesteal. Yeah, okay, good job. I'm basically rooting for DTS right now because I don't want them to lose. Shadow Fiend, just right click. You can't run from just right. Okay, all right, that's cool. Okay, down right click. You can turn back and right click now. Just lifesteal. You got lifesteal. He's gonna fish quote. There we go. Do it. Yeah, good job. God, good job. And meanwhile, these guys are droning. Go Sentinel creeps. Man, DTS, out of position, both team fights. Lich got caught off. That's why I said earlier when I said Lich requires positional play, because if you get caught off without dropping a Chain Frost, that's like, you're picking, it's a first pick hero, but he's not doing anything in a team fight. That's never a good choice. Like, imagine Invoker, like a first pick hero not doing absolute jack in a team fight. Then that would just be horrible, right? So Chain Frost, it's kind of a necessary spell. Great Shackle Shot from Arsenal opening that up. And then the Scourge team's like, oh shoot, we got Shackle Shot. Or 2 over here got Shackle Shot, so let's clump up more. Alright, let's clump up more. And then we'll get on. And then it was just an AoE show. AoE car show on the Garage team. Oh, zing! Got the Garage joke in. That was a really bad joke, I'm sorry. But made a reference. There you go. You know one thing about sugarcane juice? It's like soda. It's like really sweet, right? So the more you drink of it, the more thirstier you get. As we see, Shadow Fiend being out of his BKB. Am I seeing a BKB on Crystal Maiden, and he got a kill? Oh wow! And MKB cancels the TP, and they just die. I believe that's gotta be the game, right? Oh my god! Someone make a movie out of this. A BKB Crystal Maiden in a pro game. Well, I mean, if you're winning by, like, kill count is not that much, but like if DTS lost that game, it's DTS games to lose, not Navi's game to win, right? Like, the whole game, DTS had the game in control. Like, after the 30-minute mark, they had the game in control. The last 2 team fight, I don't know what that's about. They might have switched up player with the Luminous or something. They might have employed 5 people from the Dota commentary staff and played for like 5 minutes. That's why they were playing so bad. They're playing so bad. Actually, the DC staff team is not that bad. We have pretty good players. I mean, Luminous is on the team, right? So, Anyways, Throne time. Navi's still not GG. I really appreciate their valiant effort. Like, I'm sounding sarcastic. I'm being like a dick, but I really appreciate Navi's effort. Playing a really good game. Dendi, oh, there we go. Big ult, and they're gonna focus on the Shadow Fiend. No, they can't. BKB, and they were gonna have a Satanic. He's gonna have Satanic. No, he's gonna have even Satanic. Doesn't matter. Kill the Bad Rider, and then that's the game. All right. Formalities. Oh. Someone quit, so I don't even have to end game stream. So I could just only give you the in-game analysis, seeing that DTS got in the first place as you expect him to be. Yeah, so if I offend anyone out there with my sarcasm, I apologize. Usually I'm not. I'm a lot more serious, but I don't know. I just want to like feel like being a baller and talking sarcastically. Maybe I was watching too many Nebula dailies. I don't know. That's if you want to get a taste of what Nebula does, he does what I do, except like 3 times as more. And he shows his face, so I can't show my face, cause okay. So after watching how it played out, I'm not hating on the Invoker build as much. You saw it was pretty effective. The Chain Frost, I mean, basically notified Chain Frost in every single team fight, and it's not just that he didn't take damage; it's he wasted bounces on him. So that's a pretty big thing. The Vanguard, I'm still not so much sure about. I think BKB is a great choice, and it felt like it worked out fine. But I think the extra HP on the Vanguard ultimately did not help him out. In the cases where he survived by a huge margin. Aside from those early game dives that it wouldn't like. Yeah, aside from those early game dives, in the mid game and the late game team fights, when he survived by a huge HP margin because they were just winning. When he died, the extra 25 HP and whatever instant figure amount of damage block didn't help. So I feel like Vanguard in this case just doesn't help out. A single point booster for earlier Aga, a single Vitality booster if you just want a raw HP. I don't think those were bad choices at all. Instead of the Vanguard, he would have been halfway closer to his BKB. Might have saved that's like extra buyback in late game, or that's an extra half an item, or quicker to Hex. Imagine if he got the Hex 5 minutes earlier. How would the game change by then? I don't know. Like, just all these are Dairycraft. But I personally, even watching after this game, I just believe Vanguard on Invoker is just not a logical choice. So if you could see it as a logical choice, put those comments or put those reasoning in the comments. I'll be really interested to read that. Aside from that, I hope I cover everything. I probably missed a kill here and there, but I feel like, again, this game, even though there's high amount of kills and there's a lot of intense team fight, it's really a positional, a very tactical game. And aside from those 2 hiccups, where the garage team were like, what the hell are they doing? Aside from those 2 team fights, they position themselves really, really well. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. And for more commentaries and content, check us out on DotaCommentaries.com. And until next time, hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Luminous signing off. GG, guys.